Alright, so I've got a real shocking revelation for you guys today. And it turns out if you actually eat clean, it's healthier. So over the past week or so, I've made some diet adjustments and moved a little bit away from my if it fits your macros approach of eating. And I'm just going to preface this real quick with the fact that I still don't think that it's a bad way of eating. And in the future, for the most part, I'm probably going to eat like this. Your anabolic French toast, low calorie ice cream like Halo Top and shit, red 40 protein carcinogen soup. Anyways, especially over the past few days, I've pretty much only been eating single ingredient whole foods. For breakfast, I eat steak and eggs. For lunch, I eat chicken and rice. For dinner, I eat more steak and some fruits and vegetables. And then some protein yogurt after dinner. Now, I kind of ended up eating like this out of accident. I didn't really have some grandiose challenge or something I'm doing. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have absolutely no motivation to eat healthy. I'm just not the type to really care about preservatives and aspartame. But especially being on a calorie deficit, eating clean like this, I've noticed my energy levels are so stable. Who would have thought red 40 carcinogen soup was making my energy levels fucked up? I'm not saying that this is something revolutionary here. I feel like it's kind of common sense that this is kind of the ideal way to be eating. And maybe it is placebo a little bit, but I really do feel sharper and just more in the zone when I'm eating like this. I'm not getting weird sugar cravings energy crashes at 3 p.m., which might be partially thanks to a ridiculous caffeine intake. But I just feel good. I feel healthier. On my bulks, sometimes I take a little bit of inspiration from Sam Solek and his style of eating like that, eating so much garbage. To put it simply, I just feel like a fucking greaseball. Now, I'm smart enough to avoid McDonald's pretty much completely regardless of what I'm doing with my diet. But when you eat McDonald's, you can tell you ate McDonald's for the rest of the day. On the other side of things, when you eat steak for every meal, no complaints by the way. I feel like it must have activated my Nordic conqueror genes or some shit. I feel fuller, so just more satiated all around throughout the entire day. My energy levels are stable as fuck. I don't think they were necessarily bad before, but there's just a certain sharpness I'm noticing that I haven't really had in a while. I think a big factor again is that I'm on a calorie deficit and my energy levels are going to be a little bit lower anyways, so little dips in my energy levels are going to be a lot more noticeable when my baseline levels of energy are already kind of lower. But when you're eating these way healthier complex carbs like rice and fruit, and then fueling your recovery with God's gift to anabolism, steak, while mind you trying to demand an elite level of performance in the gym, doing 8 to 10 miles of cardio daily, and then doing my best to maintain my strength in the gym, I guess it really is kind of the difference between redlining a sports car that has 87 grade fuel in it versus 97 grade premium, whatever the fucking highest shit you can put in there is. And again, I didn't really have any particular reason for eating this way. I just like steak that much to where I can eat it every meal. Maybe my ape brain and body was trying to subconsciously tell me that I need to be eating clean, unprocessed foods. Who knows? I don't really think that's the case. I think I just like steak. I think to a certain point, level of performance, level of dedication and intensity you're putting into your diet and training, it really doesn't matter that much. But I guess the further you push things and the higher you take it, the more important paying close attention to things like meal timing, nutrition, how processed your diet is actually becomes. From a raw numbers perspective, my performance in the gym hasn't really changed that much, but what I have noticed is how I feel in the gym. Usually halfway through my workout, I feel like complete dog shit. I'm genuinely fucking praying and looking at the clock, seeing how much longer I have to spend in this hellhole. But now, with better carb timing and a more stable level of energy, I don't really get that feeling. I get it a little bit towards the very end of my workouts now, but not nearly as bad as it was a couple weeks ago. And kind of back to meal timing, another thing I'm going to talk about in my next video after I post this one is the adjustments I've made to my routine and schedule, which I think also played a big role in this. But the real point I want to get across here is experiment with your diet and just try new things. Even if you attempt a fad diet like keto or something, just take a couple weeks or months and experiment, play around with the foods you're eating, make swaps, and take note of what's happening with your body, your physique, and just overall how you feel, your mental state, your energy levels, how hungry are you. I personally can't stand keto, but as I've recently discovered, eat basically keto, but plenty of rice and maybe some honey here and there around my workouts, and I feel like a machine. If you're interested in my one-on-one coaching, that's linked below. And then also I've been working on my total transformation program, where I'm going to give you my routine, some tips, and some guidelines as to how I was able to go from morbidly obese to fairly shredded. Subscribe and follow me on Instagram so I can buy a Ninja Creamy blender. Weird side tangent, but I'm actually completely dead serious. I've been eyeballing Facebook Marketplace trying to get my hands on one of these things for like $100 for like the past 3 weeks now. You know, Ninja, if you're watching this video, hit me up. I want to make some protein ice cream. I need protein ice cream after I eat my 3 steaks for dinner. Anyways, see you in the next video.